Hello there, Leo. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Leo for December of 2020. We are over the whole year now. I can't believe it. For everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for an overall view of the month, and we'll pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a weird speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Guess that makes all of us Leos out there named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You'll get a more comprehensive view of the month. And I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and it was 2 words, release and manage. And the release was release the past. And when I laid these cards, I understood the message. It was release this is the time for us to release all the emotions, baggage, garbage that's holding us back. That was from the past. And managing our time this month, managing our emotions, managing maybe personal connections, partnerships, things like that. Money, everything, money, time, all of the things that are important to us to keep things flowing in a particular manner and in a good way so that we're manifesting what we want. We have good words down here: trust, creativity, healing, sisterhood, brotherhood, which Cancer just got, and purification. And anytime I hear or see the word purification, Spirit says I've cried more than enough tears. So I kind of understand with this first card on the bottom of the deck and that beginning of that original message about releasing, it kind of gets me thinking about that, so, well, might as well just pull it up here. Don't we always get one in the butt? Here we go. We got the 10 of Swords right off the bat. I'm like, oh, good God. These cards I picked them originally. They're Morgan Greer tarot deck, but I picked them because they were such pretty colors, really bright, and I'm a bright color person. Anyhow, this looks like blood everywhere on the snow, and it really makes me think about it. Well, but the good thing about this card is that even though it's a difficult card, it marks the beginning of the end of a period of trials and tribulations. So it is actually a good card in one way. It also means it's the beginning of an entirely new cycle, because 10 reduces to 1. And in order for a new cycle sometimes to come in, we have to clear away the debris from the old cycle now ending. And often this process actually in itself can be extremely painful. So this is a statement that we need to make, the really clean break from our past and all of it, the crap, the pain, the suffering that came with it, whether it means a lot of times this can mean a divorce for some people, it can mean quitting a job, changing a career, actually moving across the country, or changing some traditional belief that we had for years, because it's necessary right now. It's necessary to make a break and make it cleanly and to leave no loose ends. So when I'm done with it, I am basically done with it, period. And so it's time to see whatever situation from our past that was troubling us, seeing it clearly without any of the previous illusions that could have clouded our vision around it. Looking things squarely in the face, healing it, releasing it, like our word down here. We've cried more than enough tears over it with the purification word there, and really thinking about it, I'm letting it go. The other thing I see a lot of times, sometimes with this card we could have had surgery, and maybe we are recovering right now because we have healing. Any kind of surgery, I don't care what anybody tells us, oh, it's not gonna, it's an easy surgery, and it still hurts, no matter what they say. Doctors are always saying, like, how to make it much, much easier for me, so I'll just go along with it, and it still hurts no matter what, whether it was easy or not, but that means with our word together, with that healing word down here, I can trust that I'm going to get better. Or maybe I was sick with something else and now I'm getting better. Maybe my emotional state wasn't so good. We've all been going through a lot, so maybe it's time just to get over it, let it go and go on with it and get past it. And I think that's the energetics that we're coming into. We got come to think of it here, we got some really interesting cards. We got the Queen of Cups here. And this is water energy, so we're fire energy. It's probably, unless we have a rising or a moon sign in that kind of energy, it's going to be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, male or female, because these are general readings. So Queen of Cups is extremely good, mature energy. This is a person who is really wise in the ways of love. Their attitude is very receptive, like comforting and approachable, someone you can really, really trust. Like our word down here, they have a lot of healing energy, extremely creative, very kind, someone who, anyone who has water in their chart, it can be moon or the rising sign in water, someone that's outside of us, or it could be us being called to be in this kind of energy. If sometimes when a guy is watching this can be the woman that I love, or the woman that's really important to me, or it can represent a wife energy, like my partner type energy. It's creative. They can maybe someone who's an artist that's a friend of mine, but their psychic ability, it's really, really high. They have a visionary tendency. It's very developed, so, and it's extremely accurate, but they temper their intuition with, how do I want to say this? They temper the intuition with mature judgment. And that's really important, And if it's not a person, it's a situation around us that is about something creative, endeavor, something that we're planning, or some type of a circumstance that has an emotional tone to it, because cups are emotion, but the tone is extremely positive. She brings that really high positive type vibration into us. So if it's someone I needed to talk to, maybe about, releasing the past, it could be very, very helpful to me if there was something bothering me, that type of energy. Or, someone that I love or care about. For maybe someone I'm going into a relationship with, for some of us also could be. Maybe the Ten of Swords energy is due to a past trauma or a breakup, and I can see that because we have her and another people card here, and some of us may be going into a different relationship with that Ten of Swords coming up at the beginning, or a budding new type of relationship, and getting out of something that hurt us from the past. Because this is really, I love this Judgment card. We got 2 10s here. Now we got 3 10s, new cycle. If you think about it, Judgment's number 20, 2 10s up there at the top. So maybe 2 new beginnings. And I myself love the Judgment card because it's when we get a wake-up call from the universe, and maybe that Ten of Swords was the wake-up call, and now we're ready to step into like a new phase in our life, a new phase of our maturing process. You know, our life's kind of settled. We're letting things grow. We're letting things mature at a steady rate. We're not trying to force things or hurry things. And we Leos like to push, force them, and like it should have been done yesterday type energy. And this is not that kind of card. It's like, don't push it, don't force it, It takes me back to the original message. Manage it. Manage my time. Manage my personal relationships. Manage those things. Manage my money. So we're realizing that we're being guided by a higher power, something that's more powerful, and we have faith in that power. We have trust in it, like our word down here, and in that relationship. And we know that a new phase of our life is coming into being. And we only have, when you're seeing these readings, like one more month to a new year. Hopefully a lot of changes coming into it. So the Judgment card is a tree growing into maturity. It's gone through all of its stages and the flowering and things like that. And then it produces the fruit. So the fruit is actually the product of that maturity. So we may get like important news that could prove very beneficial to us. We could acquire some new type of knowledge actually with this card that would bring us a sense of like joy and a sense of fulfillment into our life. Our health can improve, healing, like our word and what I said with the Ten of Swords, we could be recovering from something. And when we have the Judgment card, problems that we've been going through, they finally become like, become easily solved. We don't have to force them. Those creative ideas flow into our head. Oh, this is how I could fix that. This is how I could release this. Our subconscious comes kind of to the forefront and we act on it. But we don't act irrationally. We act maturely, and we don't push, which is, like I said, a pretty interesting concept, because I don't know about you Leos out there, but this Leo likes to push. And that's usually the way the energy goes. It's like override everything. Because our next card here, see, this is I think a pretty emotional month for us, all in all, because we had the Queen of Cups, we have that Ten of Swords energy, but swords are mental energy, air energy, emotional disruption a lot of times. Now we got another one. This little Page of Cups, he keeps showing up over and over and over again in all these readings. This must be a month for it. Page of Cups, I love the Page of Cups. Anyhow, it's going to be male or female, like, because these are general readings. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, it's what, excuse me, tells me there's some type of an emotional overtone going throughout the month for us. But I love it because he looks like the magician, rabbit out of hat, and it's fish out of cup, and he has that look of shock on his face, like, oh my God, I did it. And that's why I love the energetics of it. It's like, I did it and I like what I see. It's excellent. So it's going to be, it could be someone younger than us because it is water energy. Maybe like a younger brother or sister. We do have the word brother sisterhood here. A younger friend, maybe a sibling of ours. But the message, they're bringing us a message about love in some way. It could be like an engagement for some of us, or a wedding, but it's some kind of situation where there's some type of inherent emotional risk. So it's where the circumstances around the situation, right? They may be very exciting, but they're scary at the same time, like a sudden elopement, you know. Or my kid, an example of this is my kid comes home. I just said this a few minutes ago, I think. Kid comes home from college and says, hey, guess what, mom, dad, I'm engaged. Or guess what, I'm married. Guess what, I'm pregnant. You know, hopefully not. They don't come home and tell us like that. But it's that kind of energy. Something that is like a little shocking or scaring, but at the same time, it's a message about love. It could be someone, for some of us, proposing to us, you know. And if the card is us, if this card is us, right? It's the idea that we have some kind of idea in our head that we've already decided, period, that we are going to take an emotional risk on it, and no one is going to dissuade us from taking that risk. Basically, no one. You cannot persuade me in any way, shape, or form that that this is not what I should be doing. It will not happen. So if I have an idea about, let's say, something that I want to do for the future, you know, I would be doing it, period. No one would be able to talk me out of it because I am sure of it. And I'm saying it that way, right? Because we have the Judgment card, now we have another major arcana, and that is the Temperance card. Excellent. Look at this. Pouring spirit onto the earth plane. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground. It's it's mixing, kind of like mixing oil and water, never spilling a drop. It's a card of manifestation. I love this card. It's like when we're being asked to bring things together in some type of a harmonious way. And we have the ability, because of that Judgment card there, we would have the ability to use our creative talents to achieve that goal. So it's actually good. We have the word creativity down here, and we can use that creativity or that subconscious mind or the wake-up call from the universe, basically, to achieve the actual goal. So it's like being an alchemist, like being the magician of old time, and we're like mixing streams from the spiritual realm, right? We're mixing streams from the spiritual realm and the material in some type of a positive manner that to make some type of a new, how do I want to put this? New type of form. Something that's important for us. So we're using our energy very positively this month, and we'd have a good deal of control over it, which is rare. We'd have control over the actual energy, and it comes from trusting in our inner guidance, our inner self's guidance, our higher self's guidance, which is excellent type energy. So we have learned to temper our ego's needs with the needs of our spirit. And so it's a time of inner growth for us. It's a time of outer harmony where everything's brought into balance. We have patience with the Temperance card. Temperance card tells us balance. Temperance card tells us patience above all. So patience and balance, and we can accommodate the different elements, like what does my ego want and what does my spirit want, and we can blend them in some type into a way to make a material form, whether it's like raw material resources that we have, personnel that work around us, or ideas that we have, and make a harmonious whole. And I just went, that original message flashed back in my mind. and it said manage. Remember? Managing my time, my money, my emotions, my personal relationships. And what happens when we can do that is we have way better, how do I want to put this? Way better outcomes. We move into the future faster. We let go of things that were holding us back from the past, and we manifest the future. I'm trying to hear the word. Future progression of the life that we're choosing to bring into form. But it's through that mature energy, that patient energy, that allows us to do it. And we can't do it if we hold on to baggage and garbage from the past, especially with the Judgment and the Temperance card together. So it's important that we actually have developed these things, and that we have the patience and we have the balance. And Temperance tells us, like I said, above all, balance, patience, balance and patience. You can't make up the angel cards. Our angel card is steady progress. What do you need? Patience in order to make steady progress in this. The tree had to flower before we could pick the fruit, and it had to get ripened. We got it every way. They're like, no more race, race, race. No more jump ahead of yourself, Leo. Manage it. It's kind of interesting, huh? We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions of love. That's kind of interesting. You can't make up the angel cards. I remember when I first started doing this, I kept thinking, how am I going to relate to the angel cards? And they usually make a lot of sense. It says you drew this card as a reassurance that you're making steady progress. You sometimes harshly compare yourself to others and feel that you should be farther ahead on your path by now. Yet look at how far you've come, how many lessons you've learned, and how many people you've helped. Focus on your progress instead of expecting perfection from yourself. Each day, take at least one small action step, concentrating concerning a project that you're passionate about. You're on the right path, even if it feels that you're moving slowly. Praise the light instead of cursing the darkness, and appreciate yourself. Good gravy, Leo. Well, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all, thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them. If anybody wants to know more about me, or to just go neb about me, or if you'd like to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below the screen in the About section over at the website. Over at the website is also 2 short videos. One explains the prayer class I put out there for you guys. The other, the sutra classes I put out there for you. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long and explains how to format prayers, why you do them the way you do them. And the sutras are simple thought forms put into a 5-minute meditation a day. It takes 5 minutes. It enhances all of your clear perceptions dramatically. It's really good for this kind of work. But anyhow, the videos that explain them are over at the website. And to all of you I've met through 4 whole years of doing these YouTubes now, everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. And hopefully I will see you back here next month. Bye-bye.